Hey friends, today I am going to walk you through our 1930s home room by room. My husband is filming for me and I just can't wait to take you guys along. I've never done this before on my channel and I'm really excited to share each space with you. I also want to thank Mary Ruth Organics for sponsoring today's video. I'll talk more about them in a bit. Hey friends, in all of the years that I have been doing YouTube, I just realized that I have never done like a walkthrough tour of our home. And today I have my husband recording for me. Our 4 boys are with my parents. And so we have this rare opportunity before we head into a new season and decorate for fall to just show you one last tour of our home in the summertime. We live in a Tudor style home that was built in the 1930s. And this is our entryway. I love our entryway. It's fairly large for such a small home. We added all of the beadboard that you see on the walls. We also got these awesome reclaimed beams from a local barn. So a friend of ours had to burn down her barn for structural reasons, and she asked if we'd be interested in taking some of the beams out. And of course we said absolutely. So while I would love for these to have been original to the home, they are not. We added them, but I love, the character they add to our space. This basket, so most of my home, if you're new to my channel, is thrifted, secondhand. And this is one of my favorite, absolute favorite thrift finds. It was $15 at a thrift store. My mom found it. And I just love it in our entryway. I always keep like stems in the top, and then you can see there's keys, wallets, sunglasses, so it's a great piece and I really love it. So this entryway opens up into our living room area, and actually this large opening you see here was put in by the previous owners. So originally, and I've told this story before on my channel, so I'm sorry if you've heard this before. I'm gonna open this door to let in more light. But I used to clean for the lady who lived here when I was a senior in high school. So I would come and clean her home. And when I came over, there was just a single doorway here. And then probably the main thing that we've done in this living room space is we refinished all of the flooring a couple of years ago throughout the home. And like I said, I didn't have a chance to vacuum. There's crumbs and grass everywhere, but you can find those videos on my channel. We sanded these floors down and then completely refinished them. So that was probably the biggest project apart from painting in this room. But I do want to talk about the fireplace behind my husband. All right, so this is our fireplace, and when we moved into this home, it was just a brick fireplace. And unfortunately, it is not a real working fireplace, which is kind of odd. Mike and I, we live in Michigan, and so we don't know if this was a summer cottage, but in Michigan, you would definitely need a fireplace. We have some pretty cold winters. So one day our dream would be to, put in a real stone fireplace. What you see here is called air stone. I have a whole tutorial on my blog. It's beautiful, very budget friendly, and I love the way that it came out. I gave it sort of a German schmear. My husband added this beautiful barn beam mantle, and then Mike actually hid my television for me with this little cabinet situation. People always ask me for this tutorial, and I've never actually put the tutorial on my blog because it was one of those things, don't you think, babe, that we were just kind of like, all right, how do we do this? We just kind of
went did it as we went.
We weren't sure if it was going to turn out okay. And then when we finished it, a lot of people wanted to know how we did it. He basically just framed it out with, 2x4s.
Yeah, it was relatively simple.
Yeah, and then we used this paneling to kind of box it in. He added the crown molding, made the doors, and then he also added this little built-in bench, which I love. We keep all of our board games in here. And on this side, he just added some shelving for me, and I just like to decorate it, and it's not really, anything other than decor on these shelves. They're pretty pretty narrow. I think this is like 6 to 8 inches deep, but I think it's a beautiful place to display, you know, different things. So let's move over to, I guess I can switch with you, Mike. So we have a very interesting living room layout. It was super tricky at first to figure out because you've got this large opening into the dining room. You've got the fireplace, these windows, this opening. So this is really the only space for a couch. At one point we had a couch kind of floating here, but this is probably the best spot for it. It's not a huge living room, but it's cozy and it's perfect for our family of 6. My husband did add the board and batten that you see behind the couch, and we painted it this beautiful color. It's by Benjamin Moore. It's called Stingray. All of the trim is painted that color. Over on this side of the living room, I just have 2 chairs. We got them at IKEA years ago. We've gone through a couple of slip covers with them, and then we've just kind of have them floating here in the living room. And I have some baskets here for storage, some blankets that I like to keep in here, some artwork that I've collected over the years. And then the living room leads into a couple of spaces. So one thing I love about our sunroom is that it has these original French doors, and I love French doors. I always have, and it was one thing that I always wanted in a home one day, and so the Lord gave us French doors. I love them. I also wanted to point out our little vents. I just think if you appreciate old houses, these are the prettiest. That's what they're called, right, babe? What are they called? The
wall vents.
Yeah, the wall vents. But this little lever closes and opens them. So we got this piano for free. My brother's church was getting rid of it and upgrading, and so it's a little beat up, but I painted it. You can find that tutorial on my blog. And we've kind of turned this space into, a music room. We have all of our music, the guitars in here. My boys are homeschooled. So my husband built some beautiful built-ins, and that whole tutorial is on my blog. On this side of the built-ins, you can kind of see this from the living room. So it's mostly some decor stuff and then music down below, notepad stickers. So on this side of the sunroom is this really neat built-in desk. When we moved into the home, this was a closet that someone had probably added in, what do you think, babe, the 50s or 60s?
Oh, yeah. 60s, 70s.
Yeah, based on the hardware. It was pretty hideous. And so we tore the whole closet out. You can still kind of see the damage on the ceilings, and we just decided to turn this into like a built-in desk area. So my parents had this desk, they were getting rid of it. We put the desk here, and they also had a filing cabinet. And then my husband is very talented, and he just sort of, used some wood to kind of piece it together and make it look like one unit. And so this is actually, the space was meant for me to do a lot of my, blogging work, like an at-home office, and then it slowly has morphed into my husband's office now because he is now in full-time ministry. And so it's nice for him to be able to close the sunroom doors and do some work in here and be able to study. We've got construction paper in here, and of course all of my kids. We've got scissors and crayons and markers and things like that. So some homeschool materials, our printer. So it's really a multi-purpose room. Hey friends, I want to take a brief moment to share with you some vitamins and supplements that we have been loving lately from Mary Ruth Organics. So if you're not familiar with Mary Ruth, she is a mother of 4 children just like myself. She's also a certified health educator, culinary chef, and nutritional consultant. And both her and her entire team are on a mission to offer life-changing health products. What sets Mary Ruth apart is that they only craft vitamins and supplements that she would personally give to her family and take herself. And I think that that's really important. Through Mary Ruth's global product line of delicious vitamins and supplements for all life stages, she empowers people worldwide to take control of their health and move forward every day. So guys, I have a special offer for you today. You can use my code. I'll put it here on the screen. It's MRO. Home. Again, that's MROPP Home, and that will give you 20% off of your order on the Mary Ruth website or on Amazon. So my boys are not great about taking pills. And what I love about Mary Ruth Organics is that they offer so many different vitamins and supplements in a liquid dropper form. They also have a lot of awesome gummy options, but the liquid droppers are my absolute favorite. They taste delicious. In fact, my oldest son, Ethan, he's 11, he is very picky, and I had him try all of these supplements and he actually said they all tasted good, which shocked me. I thought for sure he would have something to say about them. So you guys know that we are all gearing up for that back to school season. My boys, of course, are homeschooled, but we still are going to start with soccer season and we get back into our church programs. And so they're going to be, of course, exposed to a lot of germs this fall season. And so I decided to get some of my kids some things that I thought would really help boost their immune system. So some of the things that I have here are their Ionic Zinc Liquid Drops and Strawberry Lemon. And I love that these products are organic. I also got the Organic Kids Elderberry Liquid Drops. I know that those, once again, help to boost the immune system. And then the other thing that I got for my kids are the Organic Kids Precision Probiotic Drops. And of course, we know how important probiotics are. Your gut health is connected to your immune health and so many other things, and I thought these would be great as we enter into that back to school season. Mary Ruth's products are Clean Label Project certified, so you can feel good about the vitamins and supplements that you're giving to your kids. Another product that we are trying by Mary Ruth are their Organic Kids Probiotic Gummies. My son Ethan tried these. He doesn't even like fruit snacks or like fruity flavored treats, and once again, he enjoyed these and said that they tasted good. So we sort of have an evening routine when we have the kids get ready for bed. Of course, they brush their teeth and all the things, but we like to give them all of their vitamins and supplements at night. And I just have peace of mind knowing that Mary Ruth's ingredients are clean and I don't have to worry about what exactly I'm giving to my children. I also love the fact that Mary Ruth goes beyond the basic required certifications to have products third-party tested for purity. So once again, guys, Mary Ruth has products for all ages, not just kids. They have so many supplements that I'm excited to try for myself. And you can get 20% off your Mary Ruth order by using my special code MROPP Home. Again, that's MROPP Home for 20% off. And that's on the Mary Ruth website or on Amazon. So make sure you click that link in the description below. I'll have all the information here as well as the drops that we are giving to our kids. We have just been so excited to incorporate these into our daily routine, and I know that this is really going to help to boost their immune system as they enter into this back to school season. All right, so we're gonna move into the dining room space. And unfortunately, because of where the sun is like directly above us, the dining room doesn't really get a ton of light until probably like 4, 5 o'clock in the evening. But we just gotta film it now. So I'll try to edit and make it nice and bright for you. So before we even come into the dining room, I just wanted to point out quick that I love these sort of arched openings. There's one here. There's also one over there, and I just think that's another unique feature to this home. But let me go ahead and show you our dining room space. Again, I apologize that it's dark, but my husband added the board and batten again to this space. I think that was the very first project we did in this home. Like literally the week after we moved in, I wanted to do that in here. And my husband also built these beautiful open shelves. And so I keep dishes here. My husband also built this beautiful table. It's made from reclaimed wood. The bottom is made from reclaimed beams. The top is
maple.
Maple? Okay, maple. And so it's just real beautiful and I love it. These chairs were a Facebook Marketplace find. I recently stained them a little bit darker. This was a Facebook Marketplace find. It was $25. I painted it this pretty like green paint color. And I feel like for a fairly small home, I feel like our dining room is a good space. It's good for our family, but you can see how creaky the floors are. A few other projects in this space. One of my favorites is this cutting board display rack. He just he framed it out and put beadboard at the back and then, attached these pieces. And I just wanted a place to display breadboards and cutting boards because I love them so much. I think they're so beautiful. I also wanted to mention this corner cabinet, which I'm just now noticing that there's a planet display at the top of it. You want to show them, Mike?
Go ahead.
So I apologize for that. We did a little craft earlier this week with the boys. That's not usually there, but this piece was, I think I paid $85 for this corner cabinet on Facebook Marketplace. And I painted it this really pretty taupey color. It's on my blog. I can't remember what it's called at the moment. But yeah, it just holds, again, extra dishes for when people come over and just some ironstone. And then I've got all my candles down here. All right, so this is our kitchen and probably one of the spaces that we've done the most work in. Would you agree?
Yes.
Mike, probably.
Would agree.
Oh, maybe the basement. We had to completely finish our basement, but it's a galley style kitchen, and I will say again, the previous owner opened this up. So originally it was a single door that opened into the kitchen. Right off the bat, the cabinets were here when we moved in, but we painted. My husband added the subway tile. We switched out the hardware a couple of different times. We've settled on this pretty sort of vintage brass hardware. And then we added those beautiful reclaimed beams to the ceiling that were from that same barn that my friend let us come and take things from. Oh my goodness, there's so many things in this space. We also switched out the sink to this beautiful like high back sink that you probably would have found during the 30s in some kitchens, which I really love. Switched out the faucet, the light fixture, and then these countertops we actually switched out recently. We used to have black corian, but I really wanted soapstone, and then I found this alternative that's much cheaper. I think it was like $2,000 cheaper than soapstone, and that is granite, toned granite, and it has the beautiful veining just like soapstone, and it's much more durable, and we have really loved it so far. Wouldn't you agree,
Yes,
Mike?
love
I
it.
mean, you can cut right on this countertop, and it is very, very durable. So we've been very happy with it. Once we switched out the countertops though, we weren't in love with the flooring. So there was slate flooring here when we moved in, but it was really clashing with the counters, and so my husband laid all oak flooring to match the original flooring, and we tried to stain it to match the floors that we redid back in 2021, I think. And they really turned out beautiful. I love them. We also got this fun blue stove. It was kind of an accident. You can find that video on my channel, but I ended up really loving it. And the brass hardware is just really pretty. And then my husband built this gorgeous, you see, I keep saying this, my husband is a huge part of my channel, my blog. He always tries to give me credit, but really, none of this would be possible without you, Mike. And I hope everyone realizes that. He's shaking his head no, but it's so true. Anyways, he built this beautiful vent hood, and this was one of those beams that we pulled out of the barn. And I just wanted it to look sort of old, and so we just used plaster and kind of smeared it over. And I really love the way it turned out. It's very beautiful. Another fun project in this kitchen is our dishwasher. My husband covered it to make it look like just a piece of furniture, an old icebox, I don't know, but it's kind of unique. You just pull this, and it's on hinges, and then we actually just ran the dishwasher, and then you can just open it, and yeah, it's pretty awesome that he did that for me. He also hid the side of our fridge. You can find that tutorial on my blog. So he just covered the side of it with paneling. Really simple project, and some molding at the top, and that way you don't see that, you know, plastic or whatever is on the side of your fridge. It's hidden now, which I really love. And then I'll talk about one more project. There's a lot happening in this kitchen. It's a bit cluttered right now. I've got my drink over here and some canisters here because my kids were selling lemonade the other day. But he also built these shelves for me. This was just kind of empty space before. And so he put the beadboard in. Oh, and we also added the air stone to this back wall. I forgot to mention that. That was kind of I did that though. Do you remember that? Remember you came home from work and you're like, oh wow, yep. That's pretty impressive. I did that by myself, so it's very easy to install. But just having this extra space for, you know, our coffee and sugar and flour and rice and all those things, it kind of frees up some space in our pantry. Let me go ahead and give you a quick look at our boys' bedrooms. But I'll just give you a quick look since I'm doing a full home tour. We got these beds at a thrift store. They were 20 bucks each, and I painted them this fun green color. And it's not a huge bedroom, but it's perfect for 2 boys. And they actually, for an old home, have a great closet space. Both bedrooms do. But my husband added all the board and batten. He did the beadboard ceilings and the built-in shelves, and it's just really a beautiful space. Now, this space is extra fun. It's our nursery, and I love it. Again, you can find this video on my YouTube channel, but we added the board and batten. The beautiful bunny rabbit wallpaper is so cute, and it matches the curtains perfectly. We painted the bed that I had when I was a baby, which the paint is kind of peeling up. I've got to do some touch-ups, but this was mine when I was little, and we painted it blue. It was quite a project to paint all of these spindles. Probably should have sprayed it, but I painted it by hand. And then we found a bed, a Jenny Lynn bed, to sort of match the crib. Painted it the same color. So this is our bedroom space, and the biggest project up here was the reclaimed beams that you see on the ceiling. We had more of those beams, and I wanted to incorporate them up here somehow. I knew the ceilings were low, but it just felt like such a large and long space that I wanted to add some texture, some character. It was just like all kind of blank. And I feel like these did just the trick, and they're so beautiful, especially at Christmas time. We hang greenery from them. So he also added board and batten to this far wall, and we just have a little sitting area here. We like to read our Bibles in the morning. But then my dresser was free. It was your grandma's, and I gave it a little makeover. I stripped all of the drawers and then stained them, and I painted the dresser itself like a gray color, and that's always been a popular blog post. Over on my blog you can find the how-to, but I did want to show you one fun thing, and that is our television. So my mom helped me with this project. I mean, it's not really a project, I guess, but we just added these hooks to one of these beams for this barnwood here, and we hung a rug over the TV. So it just looks like a hanging tapestry or a piece of art or whatever, but it actually hides our television. So I really love being able to hide the television, obviously. And so I just think that that is kind of a fun, easy project if you're looking to do the same. Well, thank you guys so much for coming along with me on this walking house tour. Thank you to Mike for filming. Thanks again for watching, guys. I love having you here with me, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye.